Okay, we just about 10 more seconds and then YouTube will be connected.
All right.
Okay. Okay, all right. We are streaming right now and we are also recording on the cloud. Okay, Nilbert, the house is yours. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Again, it's another day to be thankful for what we have. I am so blessed to be here and to be part of this community and sharing this today's topic, which is actually very interesting because it's a topic that definitely, I think, bar none, no exceptions, 100%. Every one of us, everyone here, I really don't care if you joined the business yesterday or you've been doing this for over 30 years. I think it's a topic that definitely applies to everyone. Okay. Today, what we'll be talking about building through the highs and lows. Okay. Now, who here has experienced exciting times in their business? Yeah, almost everyone here. I mean, is Shannon here? Because Shannon, you definitely has been excited, last week and all that. Now, who has experienced the lows as well? Droughts, nothing happening and all that. So that's everyone, right? So it's important for us to really navigate through this because it's something that will happen. It's a reality that we all face. So we can't really escape it. So the best thing we can do is really to figure out a way to really navigate it and how to handle it, basically, right? So I'm gonna share my screen. And again, our topic today is building with the ups and downs, leading your team through every season, right? Because our industry is definitely like the seasons, right? There's summer, spring, winter, fall, because it really depends on the time of the year. Sometimes it's really tough, and then sometimes it doesn't even have to do with the time of the year. It's just, you can't seem to get anything going and all that. So, why this matters? Why do we need to really understand or kind of learn how to navigate um, this reality? Well, again, let's be real. Building a team isn't always sunshine and enrollments, right? There are seasons of momentum and seasons of silence. I definitely personally experienced that where there was like one week where I can't even get anyone to attend a Zoom. Like, I would get, okay, sure, I'll try and all that, or I'll even get someone, okay, I'll be there, but then they don't show up, right? And it can get really frustrating. The journey in our industry isn't a straight line. It never is a straight line. It's always like hills and valleys, right? The highs feel amazing, of course, and then the lows can feel very, very frustrating. This is where basically we really have to, where character really shows because real leadership shines through every season. So when you're leading your team, you have to expect that there's already highs and lows. So the way you lead them, the way your leadership should be, it should be consistent through every season. Okay. And so the purpose of this, topic today, this training is, hopefully, you'll be able to take some nuggets from here, some ideas to help you grow through the highs and lows and be able to lead your team with vision, consistency, and heart. So the reality of the journey. So what is the reality of the journey? It's important for us to understand the ups and downs, okay? When new people join, we all get excited, right? Yay, new enrollee, yeah, new member, we introduce them in the huddles. There's a lot of excitement, which is amazing. When people quit, we all get disappointed, right? Who here has people, has team members already quit on them already? Right? I mean, I definitely have a lot of people who I have either quit or are not even working at all, or not even active, right? You have to remember, chances are in this industry, the people that start with you are not necessarily the people that will be with you all the way to the end, right? People come from different backgrounds, keep People come, have different scenarios, have different things going on with their lives. So it's not always, the person that might that might explode your business, you may not have met that person yet, right? Promotions happen and we celebrate, right? Yes, you rank, like, congratulations to Shannon and her team. Amazing. I see when the Spark Global Community chat announces all the new advancements and all that, there's a lot of celebration. And then when we don't cycle or we don't, get any kind of, like, as I guess there's no other way to describe it, but when our sales dip, we get discouraged, right? The key point is it's normal. This is a cycle, okay? It's not a crisis. It doesn't mean that your business is dead, right? It doesn't mean that you quit, okay? Success isn't avoiding the lows, it's knowing how to rise from them. I think this is very important because we already know that, it's part of a cycle that everyone will go through it. So it's not really there's no avoiding it, right? It's not really avoiding the lows. It's really just knowing how to recover, how to rise from them. So the power of mindset during the highs, during the good times, okay? Don't get complacent in the highs. When you reach a certain rank, yay, celebrate. Okay, of course. But then don't get, okay, some people, they just stop there, right? Don't get complacent. There's always the next hill, there's always the next peak that we can go for, right? Keep working, not just celebrating. Don't slow down. All right. Again, pretty much what I said about, celebrating in the highs, like when people reach a certain rank or when they reach a certain amount of, let's say, cycles, whatever, yay, we did it, Okay, guess what? It's a Monday again. Let's get going again, right? Let's go, keep going. Don't slow down. Build deeper connections and train duplicatable systems, right? So, whatever worked for your team, duplicate it and train so that everyone in your team knows how to do exactly the same formula for success. Keep casting the vision. This is very important because like I said, it's a cycle, right? So there will be lows. And during the tough times, during the low times, during the drought, it's so easy to lose sight of the vision. So it is always important to keep casting the vision. For those here who have attended several of our events or who've been to every event, you will notice a certain, like, formula or theme with our events. Our leaders always recast the vision, right? Starting from our CEO and all that. They always recast the vision. So teach your team that winning seasons are for planting seeds, not just picking fruit. Does everyone get that? When the times are good, when the sun is shining, time to really, pile that hay, right? Not just sit in the sun and enjoy the sun. That's the time to really plant seeds, okay? Not just pick the results of your labor from the previous season, okay? So this, I think, is definitely more important even than the power of mindset in the highs. It's really how our mindset works during the lows. We should never let the lows define us, right? Don't let it define you. Okay? Just because you're experiencing a low doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you can't do this. It doesn't mean that, you're not going to be successful. Don't let it define you. Normalize the dip. It's not a failure, it's a phase. Everyone goes through it. Um, every successful people that I personally know and that I only hear about or watch, like, the basket, like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and other successful people, they all went through these phases. Okay, so it's not a failure; it's just a phase. We'll get through it. Okay, stay consistent in your daily method of operation. Again, we go back to our small daily stuff that when that done consistently over time will yield us the results that we want and that we need. So stay consistent with whatever your daily ritual is for your daily method of operations, your podcasts, your reflection, exercise, whatever you do on a daily basis, that that's what should define you. Okay, lead with transparency. Even during the lows, let your team know that you're still showing up. Let them know that you're still there. Because, especially if you have team members who are new or haven't been in the business that long, they need that assurance, right? Okay, wow, this is tough. Like, but if they see you as a leader, like really still, holding their hand or really, being there every step of the way, that makes a difference. Okay, so lead with transparency. You don't have to like pretend everything is okay. That's what transparency is all about. You just let them know, hey, this is part of it. We'll get through this. Okay. Your team watches how you handle hard times more than how you celebrate the wins. This is very true. It's part of human nature too. Um, I know in the military, right? In the military, whenever we have like good news or whatever, and the leadership relays the news and everything, everyone's celebrating, everyone's happy. They're just kind of like in the moment. But whenever something difficult, whenever let's say there's something difficult that the ship or the command or whatever has to face, that's that's when the troops, they really look to the leader. They're really watching the leaders, how the leaders handle this. So it's very true. It's not only in this industry, right? It's in pretty much it's like human nature. So leading during the highs, how do you lead during the good times, during when the sun is shining and all that, right? So never forget to recognize and reward team members, right? Celebrate the wins. Okay, recognize them. Reward. Every leader here has their own form of like rewards and all that. I know Renee is running an amazing, um, what do you call that program with her team where like every week they see who's on the leaderboard and then they get like a $10 or a $15 reward or something like that. So every leader has their own method, but it boils down to recognizing and rewarding team members. Duplicate what's working, right? Whatever's working, yeah, hey, it's let's duplicate that. Everybody should be doing it. Everyone in your team should be doing it. Keep energy focused on growth, right? Keep growing. That's important. Again, it goes back to the, when you achieve a certain milestone, don't stop there. Don't slow down. Keep focused on growing your team. So it's basically using your momentum wisely. It doesn't last forever unless you lead it forward, right? Whatever you achieved, I mean, if you get to a certain milestone and then you stop there, then that's it, right? It stops there. Unless you duplicate it, unless you focus on teaching your team how to do it as well, and then it just builds the momentum, and then you just keep growing. Leading during the lows, okay? Be visible and connected. One-on-one check-ins matter more than ever at this point, right? Check in with your team, right? Check in with it's been tough and all that. So check in, hey team, I know it's been tough and all that, but we will get through this. Let's connect. Do your what do you call that? Host meetings with them, right? Recast the long-term vision. Remind them of their why. help each member reconnect with their why. Okay. And then, like I said, host revive chats or reset calls, do coaching and mentorship calls. So, last week I reached out to George and Adrian, and I had an amazing, like on almost an hour long, I think, coaching call with George. And, because I was, I know, I lead my team the way, like, I have my own personality, I have my own way of leading my team, but I want to leverage, like, more experience, and we can always learn more from other people and other leaders, right? And then after that coaching call, I've started, doing more coaching and mentorship calls with my team. Okay. Your belief becomes your team's belief. This is so important. Okay, this one, definitely, if you have a pen, definitely write this down. Your belief becomes your team's belief because you have people that may be new and they haven't reached that point where they believe in themselves yet. So you have to believe for them. This is near and dear to my heart because I think I remember making a post on my social media thanking every single person who believed in me before I believed in myself. So you do that for your team as well. Your belief will be the anchor that will help them until they establish, their own confidence and their own belief. Remember, leadership is about emotional stability. Your consistency is more important than your charisma, right? You could be the most charismatic leader there is, but it's really the consistency. You always being there for your team that will really make a difference. Okay. So you set the tone. Everything starts from you. Leadership, like I said, is equals emotional stability. Leaders who keep growing stay grounded, right? So don't let up on your personal development. Your personal development serves as your leadership fuel. Does that make sense? Right? Your personal development serves as your leadership fuel. So keep growing yourself, keep improving yourself, right? That way you can lead with stability, you can lead consistently. Stay calm, curious, and consistent. So read, listen to podcasts, get coached, right? Use whatever resources you have, to be able to, what do you call that? Continuously improve yourself, learn, and then you can relay that, and you can teach your team likewise. You can basically whatever you learn, whatever however you develop, you can help your team develop the same way because our energy is contagious, right? Would you rather have a leader who, like, hey team, I know it's been tough, but you know what? We can do this. We just, buckle down. We just, go back to the basics. Let's do this. Or would you rather have a leader, what? I know it's been tough. It's okay. We'll get it next time, right? I mean, we'll, our time will come, and all that, but, no action, right? So your energy is contagious. So that's very important. It will carry over to the team. If you can stay rooted, you can keep your team lifted. I like this one actually. That's courtesy of Google search and all that. I can't claim to have invented that one, but I love it. If you can stay rooted, you can keep your team lifted. And this one too, be the thermostat, not the thermometer. It's so simple, but if you really think about it, it's so applicable, right? What does a thermometer do? It just reads the temperature, right? It just basically tells you what the temperature is. So as a leader, if you're a thermometer, oh yeah, it's a tough time this time of year. That's it, right? But if you're the thermostat, you're the one who controls the temperature. All right, team. Let's do it. It's tough, but we'll get through this. So be the thermostat. So reflections and a challenge that I'm setting for you guys today. Okay. For the highs, think about what you can do to maximize them. Like during the highs, like the successes and all that, like I said, whatever that formula is, think of how you can maximize them or think of how you can duplicate them. Okay. For the lows, what can you shift to stay grounded? Like when you're experiencing difficulties, droughts and all that, okay, you kind of brainstorm, okay, so maybe we're not inviting enough people. Maybe the way we're asking people, maybe the way we're prospecting, maybe we're not asking the right questions, right? Maybe we're saying too much information that we're scaring them away. So figure it out, like kind of like really brainstorm what can you shift to stay grounded, okay? Remember, ups and downs are normal and necessary for your business to grow. They're part of this cycle that we go through. Okay, you don't need perfect results. You just need persistent leadership, right? Don't go perfection. Don't go for perfection every single time. Just go for persistence. Keep doing it, right? Keep going. So the call to action is you reach out to three teammates today. Okay, reach out to three teammates today. Number one, find a teammate who's thriving, achieving a lot of success. Encourage them, continue to encourage them, like really edify them and motivate them, right? Identify a teammate who's struggling. Just take time to listen, right? Listen. Ask your teammate, okay, you know, how can I help you? What do you think is, where are you experiencing difficulties? Just listen, okay? So you can help identify how to help the person. And lastly, find a teammate who's silent, who's not really, active. Lead them, okay? Maybe they're just waiting for someone to show them the way of how to do this, right? So that's your call to action. And as usual, I always leave you guys with important, kind of like motivational quotes that apply to our topic. Okay. Again, so you're not just building a team, you're building people. And that means standing strong in the highs and holding steady in the lows. Okay. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. I don't know who did this, but I love it, right? The comeback is always stronger than the setback. This one definitely relates to me. I can speak from this from experience. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor, right? When I was driving ships in the Navy, we always hope for really calm waters, but it was really through the rough waters that we really learned how to drive a ship. So I can tell that from experience. Leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge, from Simon Sinek. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They just set out to make a difference. From Lisa Haisha. I think she's a life coach and actress. And then lastly, consistency beats intensity when intensity isn't consistent. That one really hit me because we get motivated, we have motivation and all that, and it's easy to get motivated. But without consistency, motivation doesn't last. Discipline and consistency is what will really carry us through. Okay, so yeah, that my friends is another short training on one of the topics that I know apply to all of us. So thank you for joining me today and listen and listening to this. Again, I'm pretty consistent. I'm able to finish a few minutes before stop time, so we have a few minutes for people to chime in, make any comments, or ask any questions. So feel free to unmute if you have any, if you want to say anything.
I just say it's an amazing training. And by the way, some of the sayings and even some of the slides, one of them could be a really good post to share on social media. That's the way you start attracting people. And Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, all of them, because they are really, anyway, I just wanted to say that it was really good, like always.
Thank you, George. All right. I think
Anybody?
that's yeah. I'll turn it back over to you, George.
Okay. I don't know if you have more comments. By the way, the recording is on the right side. Make sure you copy it if you want to listen to it. It's really, really powerful today to have it as part of the links that you once in a while want to go back and listen or watch again. Really powerful. Any other comments before we go? Okay. Remember, we had the power of three. Make sure you go for it. I mean, they double the money. Instead, $100 when you get three, with the 900 points, you are getting 200. And when you help one of them to get three, they give you instead 300, $600. Come on, that's extra money. Don't leave them on the table. Don't leave that money on the table. And tomorrow we are going to have another call. I think Christine is Peterson is going to be in the call tomorrow. It's going to be a very powerful topic, by the way. I know the topic. Part of the topic is why it's so important. But anyway, thank you very much, everybody, and have a very, very, very amazing day. Thank you.
Thank you.